Welcome to TYTSports. Francis Maxwell here with Evan Pelly. Welcome, Evan.
What's up, Francis?
So we are going to talk a little bit about the World Cup, of course, because that's the only thing I know. So we're going to talk about the last 16 of the World Cup, and it's approaching. This is our only day we've had to breathe. It's amazing. Me and Jason taking a little breather. The group stage is done, and now we have the last 16 coming tomorrow. So, I mean, exciting, a lot of good games. So we're going to have to, we want to talk about every single team, but the first thing that every viewer out there wants to know after the group stages happen, who's your prediction?
Francis, it's a bold one, but I really think the Netherlands.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my team going forward. I mean, the Orange scored 10 goals. They had incredible play from Van Persie, incredible play from Arjen Robben. The guy's 30-plus years old, and look what he's doing, and the amount of space he's creating on the sides, and the balls that he's whipping across, and the goals that he's scoring, combined with just that infectious defense from the Netherlands, and just the ability to quickly get the ball forward to those wingers and forwards. I just think that they've got a big chip on their shoulder from the last World Cup. They wanted that last one. Yeah. So I think if they get by Mexico, which I think is going to be a definite overtime game. I definitely think it's going to go to extra time. If they get by Mexico and they score a couple goals on Ochoa, they're going to go through and they're going to do some big things in the tournament.
Well, the thing that happens with Arjen Robben is people probably come up against him and think and look at his hairline and probably think, this guy's ancient, man. I can get by it. He's not going to get by me. And then next minute he just runs that 40 metre in about 4.1 seconds and he's by you. But a great call. I have to agree with you with Netherlands. But I'm going to stick to my what I started with, Brazil, because I like my saying, and I constantly say it. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Brazil, people are like, oh, what? They struggled their first game. They tied against Mexico. They just beat Cameroon. They didn't look good. This is what happens in this competition. Spain are the prime example, losing against Switzerland, last major competition to play in, and then they go through and they win it. I mean, to be honest, they were poor this year, and that wasn't going to happen. But Brazil, I think, are finding form at the right time. I saw glimpses in that game. Neymar, of course. I mean, when they play him on the wide left, cutting in on his right foot, he's so dangerous. So, I mean, once they kick out Fred and they call me up to the Brazil national team, because I could play ahead of Fred, I'm telling you this. But no, I think they brought on there's some. I'm struggling with Paulinho and Fernandinho, and they just need someone to partner Neymar up there. But once those fullbacks get forward, Marcelo and Dani Alves, they're great going forward. They haven't combined as much as what they should. I think they're going to start hitting form. With Luis Gustavo has been one of the best players in the tournament, I have to say, in the middle of the field, and that is what's going to structure this game. But as well, everyone out there also likes to know, who's your team you think can sneak?
Well, I think, first off, just the matchups with Brazil and Chile and Colombia, Uruguay, the South American just absolute battles that are going to be going on in that first day. But my sneaky team is going to have to be France. Yeah. Not sneaky. But pretty sneaky, because here's the thing. You know, France dominated their group. You have unbelievable play from Karim Benzema. Yeah. And you quickly forget how horrible they were at the last World Cup and how Ghana-like they were with all the controversy at the last World Cup. There hasn't been much attention on France. You know, people are concentrating on the underdogs and concentrating on these, South American teams, which have done fantastically well making the round of 16. But France, watch out for France. Because Benzema is at form, and when you have your top striker playing well, good things happen. Again,
a good point, because the big problem with them was unity the last time. They struggled being united as a team, which was weird considering 1998 when they won it. They were one of the most united teams that you've seen. They had a lot of Arsenal players in there who combined. But this year, Didier Deschamps, who was in that winning team, has just obviously said, get your shit together, we're going to be structured, we're going to go forward. And one of the big players for them, I think, they lost Ribéry. And despite many of Ben Mankiewicz's points are all right, but he definitely made a good point when he said that they seem to rally behind each other because Ribéry's out. Right. But Valbuena, the little spiky-haired guy that plays in the middle, has took up this role as a creative player. And he even missed out the last game. He didn't play, and it showed. They tied 0-0. Right. He is a guy that makes it tick for them in there. And I do think France will go far. But as I have said with my sleeper team, I think you guys in America call it, sleeper team, I do think Colombia are going to do well, but if my prediction for Brazil to go through is then they won't go all the way, but I think they'll beat Uruguay. It's for you fans out there, if you're going to pick a game to watch, Colombia Uruguay is going to be unbelievable, because both of them attack with such furiosity And they love to play counter-attacking football, which I love to watch. Uruguay, now without Suarez, they've unleashed him back in the Pacific Ocean, so we're going to see what happens there. But it's going to be interesting to see how Uruguay play without Suarez.
Biggest upset, real quick. Watch out for Algeria against Germany. Yeah. I don't know if we remember this, but back in the day, Algeria in a group stage beat West Germany 1-0 in a shocking final. Yeah. So Germany, this team that comes into the round of 16 with this unbelievable steam, hitting on all cylinders. Thomas Muller is finishing like just world-class striker. Algeria, never been in the round of 16 ever as a country in the World Cup. Yeah. It's their first time. They have nothing to lose. Yeah. I like teams that have nothing to lose. Yeah. Just like the United States, they have nothing to lose. Yeah. No one thinks they're going to win, so watch out for Algeria. Yeah.
So real quick, obviously, to finish up on, we're going to talk about the United States, last points with them. So I think out of every possible group winner team they could have got, minus Costa Rica sneaking through, I think Belgium's probably as good as a call as you could ask for, because Belgium, they are a good team. I call them the highly tipped underdogs because they have a lot of good players out there that people are talking about. But they've only been winning games 2-1, 1-0. I mean, they're not firing goals in, which is a big thing because the United States have been holding teams to one goal like Germany and not conceding as much. So I think it's going to be huge that if they could get by Belgium, I mean, Argentina is who I predict that they'll be the next game to play, which is a completely different kettle of fish because they're all attacking. So, but it's going to be, I think Belgium are the team that's going to be fitted to play them the most because Belgium found it hard to break down these structured teams. Like even South Korea only won 1-0 found it hard to break them down. So I think, do you think the United States can do it?
Well, we're not playing Ghana. Yeah. We already got that out of the way. We had the Johnny Brooks wonder goal. Yeah. I think if we get by a Belgium team that has just an incredible defense, and I mean, Vincent Kompany is a tough guy to score on. Exactly. We get by Belgium, we hold them, and we get just either a late set piece goal or just an earlier goal like we did against Ghana, or play the way we did against Portugal. We beat them. You're playing with the bank's money. Yeah. If you get a matchup against Argentina, just like Algeria, like no one expects anything, but the U.S. can score goals out of nowhere. Yeah. And they can hold teams, like you said, to just maybe one goal, no goals. And I think that if you get by Belgium and you keep it close in the first half with Argentina and you hold the little wonder man Messi to no goals, then listen, anything's possible.
Easier said than done.
Are we going to win it all? I don't know. I'm not sure.
But thanks for the prediction.
Yeah,
really appreciate it. Well, we would go to Jason, but his prediction was Italy, so we're not even going to humour him. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you.